Hello everyone and welcome into our second part of testing the viewer cars from the Sport Family Hatchback Challenge. So in the previous video, that was a well thought out video, edited well and with wallpapers and many details. But in this video, this is like a quick recap video, or maybe not recap, it's like a part 2 video of the first video, because in this one we'll be testing and driving the disqualified cars. Not all of them, the good ones, not all of them, because well, some of the disqualified cars, unfortunately, I mean, they look really weird. I mean, you can't really call them cars, unfortunately. So yeah, those ones will not be driven here, but I'm gonna drive the good ones. I mean, the ones that they look like really like beautiful cars. And so of course, enjoy the video, watch it, have fun, and let's see if those cars are faster than the previous cars, because last night, or the previous video, the part 1, we drove them here on the road Atlanta circuit, and some of them were extremely quick, some of them were a little bit slow, but let's see if those cars can beat those cars in part 1. Alright, so let's start with the first one then. So the first one is called the Armor Cricket. This car has scored 367.5 total category points, which is not really high, but yeah, it's acceptable. 2.2 liter inline 4 turbo, 324 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and 5.5 seconds from 0 to 100. Let's test it and see how much time it will take to go around the track. Sequential gearbox and short shifting, I mean short gears, as you can see. 6th gear, and we are only driving at 150. Oops, we are off the track. I need to get used to this car, first time driving it actually, so I need to get used to it. It's not bad actually, it lacks some grip, but drives nicely. Yeah, the tires are not really grippy, and the gearbox ratios are not really good. I mean, look, 4th gear 120, 5th gear 150. I mean, only 30 kilometers per hour difference. That's not good. I mean, yes, sequential gearbox is a very good gearbox for the track, really good one, but the ratios are rubbish, unfortunately. Car looks good actually, to be honest. I like the front end so much. The rear end is very good. Side decent. The rims are very decent. The styling is very good. But this car was disqualified not because of its gearbox or if it's total category points, because I only pick 15 cars or 20 in some cases, and I can't drive all the 27 or all the 20 cars because it will take so much time. I mean, the previous video was 1 hour long. Yeah, I don't want to go higher than 1 hour. Come on, 1 minute 54. Alright, it's not bad. So these are the previous times from the previous video. So the best car was the Velox AVM, the winner of the challenge, which did 1 minute 44. But this one did 1 minute 54, 10 seconds difference. Yeah, difference. All right, so let's move on with the next car and see if we can actually beat the number one winner. All right, let's move on with the next one. All right, so the second car that we have here, it's called the KLM. This car got disqualified for a very important reason. I mean, look at it. This is not a hatchback. I mean, yes, it looks not bad actually. It looks like a very modern, tiny SUV or tiny crossover, maybe you can call it that, but yeah, it's not a hatchback. That's why this thing got disqualified, because I asked for a hatchback, not a small SUV. It looks not bad actually. It has, I don't know, this weird looking vinyl sunroof, maybe has this sporty hood. No, I mean, not bad front end, a little sad front end, to be honest. I don't know why the car is looking sad. The rims are yeah, not really what you call good. The brakes are huge, which should give us a good advantage. Yeah, the rear end is not really what you call. Yeah, it's very basic, nothing special about this car. Unfortunately, I don't know the specs. What I'm seeing right here is a V8. That should be very interesting. We have a V8. We have a twin turbo V8. I think all-wheel drive, because we have, as you can see, the gearbox is sending also the driving to the rear. So I think for all-wheel drive, not 4x4. Double wishbone front and rear suspension. So let's see if this thing actually is quick or not. But I'm really impressed to find a V8. Oh, it's 4-wheel drive. It's 4-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. This is 4x4. As you can see, we have lockable differentials. Right, let's lock them. Let's see if we can actually. Oh my God, it's. Maybe let's unlock them. Alright. Oh my God, if when you unlock them, this thing will spin a tire. What's happening with this car? Look at it. Oh my God. Really, I'm not doing anything. Look at the controller, because you can look at the steering on the left side. I want to look at it. I'm only steering like 20%, and the front tire is just going fully locked. What's wrong with this car? This thing is very weird to drive. Let's lock them, just in case. And brake. I mean, yes, it's quick, it's not really slow, but it's not controllable. I think the brakes are too much. The suspension is very weird. I mean, really weird. Look at it. The roll angle is huge. Nearly 2 minutes. Nearly 2 minutes. I think this is the slowest car here. Yeah, the 17th place, the KLM Familia Loca. I mean, yes, the engine is powerful, the gearbox ratios are not really bad, but the suspension is very weird. Alright, let's move on with the next car. Alright, so the next car is called Not a Golf. Yes, Not a Golf GTI. That's the name of the model. I mean, yes, it looks actually very pretty. And it looks extremely similar to the Golf GTI. I mean, look at the rear end. It is very similar. The sides, not really, but the front, yeah, there are some nice touches. And of course, this is the logo. I mean, the logo is really close from the, of course, the Volkswagen logo, which is, yeah, I mean, legally it's not allowed, but this is a game, so yeah. This thing, the Not a Golf. I actually don't know the specs of it, to be honest with you. I really don't know the specs, because the disqualified cars, well, I didn't actually bother of writing down what kind of specs they had. But the Not a Golf had got disqualified because this thing is doing only 26 mpg. I asked for a minimum of 30 mpg, but this one is doing 26. And yes, that means this thing broke the eco rule, which I can't accept. So this thing, I think, has a 4-cylinder turbo, a big one actually, not a small one. I don't know how many horsepower, but I think it has some pretty nice horsepower. Double wishbone front suspension. This is multi-link rear suspension, which is very advanced. All right, let's see how this thing will drive. Wow, laggy engine, front wheel drive. Third gear and wheel spin. That means very high horsepower. I think maybe 350. Yeah, it feels like 300, 350. which is too much, I think, for a front-wheel drive car. I mean, if in real life, I think they got some solutions to keep the power down, like in the Focus RS. But in automation game, you really need to be a good engineer, like oh my god, to really so you can put the power down and you can control it around corners. I mean, this one is not really that bad. It's a little frightening. You really need to tune the suspension more. The suspension is tuned, I think, for really high oversteer. That means this thing is not really controllable. Too much wheel spin, too much oversteer, not much grip. The power is not bad. It's not really high, but it's not really that bad too. So much boost is going into the engine, 22 psi or 23. Brakes, not bad. Dual clutch gearbox, which is, I don't know. I mean, I've seen some cars with dual clutch gearboxes, but I think for a family hatchback, it's an expensive choice. Oh my god, look at it, not much grip. 1 minute 55. So 1 minute 55, again, it's not really the quickest one, it's in the bottom. It's actually in the 14th place. I mean, even if I made a clean lap, a really clean lap, you can get it like 1 minute 53, maybe here, 10th, 11th place. But no, it's not gonna be that much. It's not gonna be too quick. I mean, 11th, 10th place, maybe that's maximum you can get it. 1 minute 53, 1 minute maybe 52.9. That's it. No more than that. If I do a really clean lap, but I'm not gonna try again. So that's pretty much it for the not gold GTI. All right, let's move on with the next car then. Okay, so the next car is called the Horizon 418. Yes, that's the name of it. This car has scored 393.2 total category points. No, I apologize. This thing scored 374.1. I apologize, I was reading another car. So 374.1, the Horizon 418, 2.5 liter inline 5 turbo, 325 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and 4.4 seconds. On paper, this thing is actually very decent, actually, very quick, very high acceleration, very quick acceleration actually, which is really good. Looks very modern from the front, looks Audi-ish grille. The side, very normal, not really weird. I mean, the door handle is weird. I think it's too big and it's really down, which for no obvious reason. The side mirrors, not bad. You can see the rims are good. Those exhausts are very big for no obvious reason. I like the rain light down there, like an F1 car, and the rear diffuser, of course. There's a diffuser. Where are the badges? I can't really see. I can only see the H badge, but where's the car name? Where's the model name? Yeah. All right. So let's see how this thing will actually drive. Dual clutch as usually. Very good acceleration. Drives nicely actually. Yep, I couldn't reach the apex. This thing lacks. The tires are not really what do you call grippy. I mean, yes, there is a grip, but the grip is coming from the all-wheel drive system, the mechanical grip. The tires, well, I would prefer maybe wider tires, I think, or maybe a gripper compound. I actually don't know what kind of compound. Is it medium? Is it hard, long life? I don't know. But this thing needs much grippier tires. Now the brakes. Yes, the brakes can get hot. 430, 440 Celsius. Too much, I think. Suspension tune. It's not really bad. Too much oversteer, but it's controllable. As you can see, not much grip from the tires. 1 minute 51. Very good actually. 8th place, which is very acceptable. The Horizon 418 GT. 4th place, 1 minute 51.854. Very nice actually. It's not really that bad. As I've mentioned, better tires would serve the car. Would serve the car much better. The brakes can get hot. Really they can get really hot. I mean, a single time of using them got to 430, 440 Celsius, which is too much. On a track day, they will overheat, but it's not bad. All right, let's move on with the next car. Okay, so the next car is called the Otto, the OTTO. That's the name of it. This thing has scored 383.2 total category points. 3-liter inline-6 turbo, 342 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and 5.1 seconds from 0 to 100. Alright, the styling. The taillights, I'm not really a fan of those taillights, and they look really weird. There are some nice details like the Sport Max, the OTTO, the owl badge, rear wiper, and a handle, license plate holder. Very nice details. I like those details so much. The taillights, not much. The side looks very decent. The door handles are a bit wrong. I mean, look at the door handles. They are they're in the wrong place, and they are too big, I think. The vent is a nice touch. The wipers they look very weird. Really weird. Window washers. The front, actually, the front look very decent. The headlights, the grille, everything is looking very good. Really good. Look at those fog lights, modern ones. The engine is a longitudinal engine. Oh, that's very nice touch. Inline-6 turbo, a proper engine. All right, let's see how this thing will perform then. Oh, sorry about that. I apologize. I turned off the engine instead of turning off the traction. All right, let's try again. Here we go, again. All-wheel drive, manual gearbox. Okay, a proper gearbox for a hatchback. Because I was really getting bored of the dual clutch. I mean, yes, the dual clutch is a very fast shifting gearbox, but a manual will always be a proper gearbox for a hatchback. Whatever they do, whatever the year, 2020, 2030, 2050, whatever the year is, a manual gearbox will always be like a proper gearbox for a hatchback, for a sporty hatchback. Because it feels right shifting it. I don't care what the year it is, a manual gearbox will always be a proper gearbox. Because it requires attention, it requires skill, especially on the track. On the street, yes, driving a manual gearbox requires some skill, you know, adapting the clutch, stop, start, signal, you know, maneuvers, whatever, using the clutch, parking the car. All this requires, you know, a minimum manual gearbox skill, but on the track, oh, that requires a really good skill. That's why it's a proper gearbox. And look at that, when you shift down, the engine RPM raises. Like, for example, maybe if BMG is using the heel and toe trick, which is really awesome. 1 minute 51, a proper time too. I like this car. This car actually drives very nice. The suspension is very good. The power is very much usable all the time. The gearbox ratios are perfect. I mean, yes, it's not the quickest car here, of course not. 9th place, but as a car to drive, oh, this car is pretty decent. The OTTO. I really like this car. Thank you, a big thank you for whoever made this car, because it's a proper car, a proper engine, a proper power, a proper gearbox. The styling is very good. Really good, very good work, my friend. Thank you so much for creating this car. Alright, let's move on with the next car. Alright, so this is the Me Going RS. A very, I don't know, weird name too. So look at it. Yes, Me Gone RS Turbo. So the styling looks, I mean, really sharp edges all the way. Look at those sharp headlights, those indicators, nice touch. The grille is looking very decent. Single wiper, and those roof grooves. They look decent. The roof mounted spoiler or wing, whatever you want to call it. The tail lights looking great. There's a vent back there. Look at the indicators back there. They look actually pretty decent. I like the design of the car. It's not really that bad. It's not really that bad. I mean, look at, we have also indicators here, which is a very strange place, but a nice touch. All right, so the Me Going RS. What is it? Oh, this thing is really powerful, because look at that massive engine. This thing has a 5.1 liters, whoa, 5.1 liters inline 5 turbo, 669 horsepower, all-wheel drive with 3.6 seconds from 0 to 100. Yes, it's a monster, but this thing got disqualified because this thing has scored very low category points, 379.6. I mean, basic cars have scored much higher than this. That's why this thing is not in the accepted cars. It's not really disqualified. This car actually didn't break any rules. No, this car is pretty much within specs for the challenge, but the total category points suggest that this car is not really good to own. This car is very good on the track because, well, so much horsepower, but it's not really a good car to own. It's not really comfortable. It's not really drivable. It has very low points in these things, but it didn't break any rules. But it's still reliable, it's still efficient, it's not really that bad. But yeah, some cars are much better to own than this. But this one is super powerful, so who knows, maybe it will surprise us and it will give us a blistering show. So enough chit chat, let's see what's what. Whoa. Brutal acceleration, okay. Doesn't feel like 600 horsepower, but I mean, yes, we are 180 kilometers per hour, which is very fast. I think open differential. Someone in my family that broke something. I think I've heard the noise. So this thing is very powerful. The differential is not really putting the power down. I'm spinning the tires. Look at it. I mean, on a straight line, this thing is a beast, a true beast. Oh, the brakes! Come on, stop! Brakes are not really. Look at it. The open differential is ruining the fun. It's the worst idea ever to choose all-wheel drive and then decide to put open differential on it. I mean, what's the point? You will spin the wheels like a regular car. Look at it, 300, 240, 250. Stop, the brakes, come on. Wrong place. This thing is really fast. I think maybe this thing will win, who knows? Come on! 1 minute 43. Yes, this thing is, of course, the #1 place. I mean, 669 horsepower. But look at the difference. A second. Only a second. Between the Velox AVM and this thing, the Going RS. Yes, that's his name. If you haven't read his name, the person who made it, yes, this is his name. I apologize about the name, but I mean it looks intimidating, but yeah, I can't really say anything else. So 1 minute 43.138. I mean, look at the difference, a full second. I mean, really exactly. And the Velox AVM, let's see, where's the Velox AVM? The Velox AVM, I think this thing had 536 horsepower. So this one, the second place, 536 horsepower. This is 669. So 130 horsepower for a full second. I think I can make it go faster if I was a little bit cleaner on some corners, but yeah, a full second, you know, first time driving it, like the Velox, because all the cars here, I mean, those like first time driving each individual car here. I haven't driven these cars before. So first driving, I got 144. First driving here, 143. Yeah, it's a very, very fast car, but the differential is ruining the fun. The brakes needs to be a little bit more strong to stop this immense amount of power and speed. The suspension is not bad. The tires are grippy. The aerodynamics are very good on this car. So it's a pretty nice car to get on the track. But you need a better differential. That's the first thing you should do, which is changing the differentials to a proper geared limited slip differential. Alright, let's move on with the next car. Alright, so the next car is called the Yukon. Yes, the Yukon, the same name as the SUV from GMC. This thing has a 5 liter, also 5 liter inline 6 turbo, 444 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and 4.4 seconds from 0 to 100. This thing has scored 379.7 total category points. Now the design, that's a ballsy, very ballsy design. I mean, look at it. This thing is saying, look at me, I'm an angry sporty car. Some people will say too many vents, a ricey looking car, but I mean, if this hood, if this bonnet here or this hood, if you delete those vents, leave it like a regular hood, it will look much better actually. I mean, those look very ricey, unfortunately, but if you delete those, keep a regular hood, it will look much better. I mean, I like the front end so much. The headlights, the indicator, I mean, looks very decent, but the hood or the bonnet, it looks very unfortunately ricey. Yeah, the side is very good. I like the vent here. I like those chromey lines, and those rims are looking very cool. The rear of the car, also a nice touch. The chromey lights are not really a good touch. I mean, change those to carbon fiber or maybe painted. They will look much better. The vents, everything back there looks decent. This grill here, I mean, I don't know what's the point of that grill. So yeah, delete this one also. And then the car will look absolutely perfect. And look at the badge over there. Let's zoom in. Yeah, R turbo, very nice, very nice details. The Yukon 445, the YZR, cool. All right, let's see how this thing will perform. Manual gearbox, a proper gearbox too. Very nice car to drive. Suspension feels perfect. The power is usable. The brakes needs some balancing. In a straight line, it's actually a pretty quick car. I mean, it's not like the previous car, but it's still very quick because it has we have a massive engine, 400 horsepower, 445, I think. Yes, the brakes are good, but they need balancing for sure. right, 147. 147.988. That is actually a good car. I mean, the fourth place from, I mean, first time driving it, fourth place. Actually, a decent looking car too. It's not really bad looking. There are some minor details, yes, but it's actually a pretty decent car. All right, so that's actually our last car. Yes, of course, some of you actually were expecting to see, I mean, the rest of the disqualified cars, but unfortunately those cars are looking very, very weird. I can't really drive them because, I mean, they are not really cars. For example, there are some cars with wrong placed, for example, what do you call these, door handles, like they have put them down there, and some of them has no grills at all. Some of them has I mean, the back is just two lights, nothing else, no details whatsoever. That's why those cars got disqualified. But these ones that you have seen here today, or whatever time you're watching the video, these cars, they got disqualified because, I mean, they are good cars on the track, but as a daily cars, they are not really as comfortable as those accepted cars from the previous videos. They are not really as sporty as those cars. They are not really as efficient as those cars. I mean, these cars are very good, but the chosen cars are much better to live with. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and thank you so much for whoever made those amazing creations. And I apologize if those cars, I mean, are not really in the chosen bit. And better luck next time, my friends. I mean, you guys did some amazing creations, but for the track, yes, but not for the road, unfortunately. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for whoever has participated in our challenge. Stay tuned, because soon I'm gonna pronounce a new crazy challenge that I really hope everyone will participate in, because, well, everyone loves this challenge, I'm sure. No one hates whatever I'm gonna suggest in the next challenge. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course, if you want to support the channel, if you like my videos, if you want to support it, link in the description below for my Patreon page. Just sign up. You will get special contents behind the scenes and much more, and by doing that you will be supporting the channel and giving me a motivation to do much more than this. So thank you so much. Have an amazing Friday, or whatever time you're watching the video, and thank you so much, and I will see you very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends. And don't forget to watch my previous videos. And now, goodbye.